We can all use a little bit more wisdom in our day, so here's some divine insight to help us today. This week we have been looking at the warnings about the peril of sexual sin and sexual immorality. And Solomon leaves us with a final thought in verse 21 of Proverbs chapter 5. He says, "For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he ponders all of his paths." He says of the wicked, he says, "His own iniquities entrap the wicked man, and he's caught in the cords of his sin. He shall die for lack of instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray." With sexual sin, probably as much as any sin, there's a temptation to think that if we can keep other people from knowing about it, that somehow it's okay, that it's justified in some way. But Solomon reminds us that the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord. I think about David in his adultery with Bathsheba, that he thought he had all of his tracks covered. He thought he had made it so that no one was aware of what had taken place. But what the scripture says is the thing that David had done displeased the Lord. And it was the Lord that David was going to have to answer to. And it's the Lord that we will have to answer to. And there's nothing hidden from his eyes. So whether it's premarital sex, whether it is adultery, maybe it is lust in the heart, which no one else knows about. Maybe it is the sin of pornography, which no one is aware about. God knows. He is aware of it. And ultimately, we're going to have to answer to him. It's not that God's trying to keep us from pleasure. What Solomon says here is that God is trying to protect us from being entrapped by our own iniquities and being caught up in the cords of our own sin. So as we listen to these warnings that Solomon gives us about avoiding the peril of sexual sin, let us take heed. Walk in wisdom today by listening to the instruction of the Lord. Thanks for watching today. If you found this to be beneficial, please follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you'd like to know more about the Bible, you can contact us at quinn.church@yahoo.com or come visit us at one of our regular services. Have a blessed day.